as we said on the scalding video, we finished the pigs rather large. So that resulted in extra lard, the way Marcus butchered it, so that they were slightly leaner chops, shall we say. So here I am starting to process the lard into bite-sized pieces, well, not bite-sized, manageable pieces, to then process and render into lard. And then hopefully we can use the lard also for making soap, which will be a great use for it. We do try and use most parts of the animals that we raise. So by rendering lard, it means we're trying to get any of the impurities out so that it is more shelf stable. So the bubbles have almost stopped, which means this should be almost there. So it means I've got most of the moisture out. I did leave everything too big in there, and it was going to take forever. So I gave up on the whole crackling thing and kind of ditched that. So there's a few bits in here, but I've chopped everything else up nice and small. So going forward, we'll have the crackling, but I'm pretty pleased that I've got this much out of what was in there. This one is going slower. Definitely prefer doing it in this rather than this. And I also have some in the oven, and that's doing pretty well actually. That's quite impressive. I've got it on 225, so I'd say this is my favourite, my second favourite, that's my third favourite. But I do have a mountain to get through. So yeah, I'm gonna be a while, I think. So I have my cheesecloth, my canning funnel under there, and a sieve. I have warmed my jars. I have no idea how many I'm gonna fill. So I'm just gonna give it a go and see what happens. This is why dripping, this is why I put it on here. Okay. So I don't want too much headspace because I'm not canning it. So I don't want too much oxygen parts. So this should, when it's cooled, dry white. And crispy bits. So doing this really hot, so hopefully it creates a seal. So I'm just going to get the ring put on. That's the first batch. First batch done. So this is the last lot. It's still got a way to go, so I am getting the hang of it now. I think I might have had one or two batches that weren't quite right. So basically these bits here I want to be like almost like deep fried, crispy, crackled, to know that they're fully processed and fully rendered. So I've got this to go, but I'm gonna have to turn it off and go out, take a child to cadets. But ta-da! So this is my mountain. So you can see the ones I did this morning are turning white already. And then the ones I've done most recently are still this colour here. So, yes, I'm still going. That's my pile of cracklings. And yeah, it's a fair bit there. But yeah, I definitely want to make some soap with some of this. So I've these big ones here will probably be soap, but yeah, we've definitely got enough lard here. So that is our lard. Let's hope, I mean this one's got a bit of headspace, let's hope that stays. Let's hope I've got all the impurities out that I needed to. If I did, that's 138 bucks worth of lard there, but obviously if I turn it into soap, it's even more. So I did want to see if I could find a way of turning the cracklings into like the fat balls for the birds in the winter, because I'm not really that keen on eating those ones. I think if I was doing a smaller batch, I'd probably be a little bit more careful over it. But when I was straining out the lard, I wasn't really massively trying to get every single piece. It just took me so long. So yeah, I've frozen the cracklings with the lard on them that I hadn't managed to strain out. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can find a how-to on turning it into fat balls for the birds in the winter. The other thing I need to watch is I need to make sure that it's not going to fall on the floor. I don't want next door's dog eating it and getting sick. So again, it's how I can give it to the wild birds, and I need to double check that I can give that to the wild birds. I don't know how the ones are made in the store for the fat balls. So yeah, it's just something I'm going to look up. If anybody has any ideas or tips, please feel free to send them along. That would be gratefully received.